settle comfortably down, the body's relaxed. The breath is flowing deep and full. We're just happy to be here, happy to be present, happy to be moving. So the intention today takes just a little bit of background. Some of the background is the Chinese medicine system has 5 different elements, and the year is divided into those different elements. So currently we're in the place of the element of metal. This is also correlated with some of the meridian pairs in our body. It's the pair that we should focus on the most during this time of year. And that meridian pair currently is the lung and the large intestine meridian pair. And these meridians run up the arms. And then when they come into the torso, there's one that goes to the lungs. There's a section that goes to the mouth upward, and there's a section that goes downward to the large intestines. And so the reason to focus on this meridian pair this time of year is that adding warmth and energy, especially to the lungs, helps to bring us into a place where we can stave off some of our cold and flu-like infections that tend to happen this time of year. And so it helps to warm up those lungs, helps to keep them healthy, lots of air flowing, rather than any sort of stagnation and just coldness settling into those areas of the body. And so because of that, there will be different moments in class where we'll stretch the arms, different moments where we're going to strengthen the arms and do just all sorts of things like that, just including that in our focus for today. But with that, to get us started, let's take some of our initial stretches, getting the whole body a little bit more warmed up. So let's start off with the arms stretching all the way to back wall. And the shoulders can go right and shoulders left. Just take that a couple of times. That left and right motion, super good at warming up the first area of the shoulders, those arms. So now let's move on to legs a little bit. Hug the right knee into the chest. You get a nice hug. Maybe there's some foot circles. When you're ready for leg to stretch up to sky, go ahead and extend it, grab on, pull it in. Another huge breath in and out. Then hook this right heel to back left. Once it's hooked, slide the shin in. Just enjoy a couple of good breaths right there. Tuning into this part of the body. Another breath flows in and out. Good. Go ahead and unhook foot and drop leg all the way down. Second knee into chest, a couple of ankle rolls. Leg extending up to sky when you're ready. And hook the heel. Hip opener. Another huge breath flows in and out. Good. One more deep cycle. Really feel those lungs inflating. And we can start to free out this leg. So leaving legs inside the fabric, use the hand to sit up for a moment. This allows some of the fabric to fall down to shoulders or to middle back. And we're going to use that to take just a brief back bend. So remember that the higher up the fabric is, the easier the back bend is, the lower down, the harder. Try to get it to a spot where you're comfortable to extend the arms up overhead, stretching up and back. Let that be relaxed. Gravity helping to open up the shoulders to that direction. So take 3 more breaths there. Some of us may have approached it a little different pacing than others. Whenever you finish your 3rd breath, grab back on, and we'll come up to a seated place, stretching over those 2 straight legs. So we're going to anchor right hand on left leg. Some might be able to reach foot, some might be closer to calf or ankle. Right hand on left leg is anchored. Left hand circles up to sky and travels all the way to that back wall. Inhale back up and forward. Inhale up, repeating 4, circling back, and return forward. Here's 3. 2. And this last one, stay with the arm reaching back. Good, inhale up. Exhale, reach back, stay. Spine is gently twisting open. Good. When the arm returns forward, anchor that left arm on the right leg, and then 5 cycles for this right hand. So inhale up, exhale, circle back. Inhale up, exhale, forward. Repeating 4. And 3. 2. And 1 to stay back. A few extra breaths. Pull that shoulder twist open. Even the neck is part of the twist. Getting that little chunk of the meridian stretched out as well. Just 1 more breath in. Exhale, return. Let the spine round forward just a little bit longer. Okay, now kicking feet free off the front. Let's prepare to invert. So thumbs hook the back end. Push the fabric down to about the pant line. When you've laid back enough weight that you can lock the fabric in place, that's grip on. And then wide legs as you tilt back. Wrap the ankles. And you're inverted. Leaning upside down. So especially with our intention focusing on the arms today, know that you have lots of wiggle room in how the arms can play. So they could be simply X over the heart or clasping behind your back, opening into a shoulder stretch. They could be twisting, walking one hand to one end of the mat, the other hand to the other end. They could be helping you arch the spine, walking hands closer to the mirror side of the mat. So you've got lots of options to play with, and you also can choose how long to be upside down. So grab your fabric that's by your inner thighs. And then just once you've got a good grip with both hands, just unwind the legs. When you're heading out, come to floating child. And it's okay, those of you that are still in, floating child is elbows hook and then shoulders get to relax forward. So it's a nice stretch for those back muscles, that part of the meridian traveling downward into the intestines. The intestines getting that nice little massage for a moment. It's okay if you're still upside down. For those that have been up for a little while, we're gonna take a nice little arm and neck stretch. We're clasping hands together behind back, shifting hands over to right hip or right waist, and then right ear drops to right shoulder. That allows the neck to stretch and allow the head to drop so far that even that left shoulder is stretching. Inhale. Exhale, release. Switch sides. So hands to left hip or left waist, and then left ear to left shoulder. Good, head back up, release the hands, and let's take another little twist. Let's bunch up fabric toward front door side. The shoulder closer to that back wall is gonna open up or circle around the back side of the head. So it should be right arm stretching to that back wall or right arm circling around the back of the head. Notice how this twist is a little different than the one previous. Just notice how your body receives it. Especially try to allow shoulder to open up. Beautiful. Let's release this half of the fabric. Take it to second half. Again, the shoulder closer to the back wall opens, or that hand circles around the head. One more huge inhale. A nice exhale. Returning forward, take a grip of each fabric on each side. Try to see if you can press your thighs into the fabric to try to lift you up to your hands to lower you out. A little bit of extra arm strength there. So once we're standing, circle the arms around the fabric and above the head. And then the same direction a second time before you grab on. So 2 full wraps. That is 1 wrap around forearm, 1 wrap around wrist. We're standing right under plumb line. So go ahead and grip tightly. Let your hips sink all their way backward, getting a nice little stretch to the spine. From here, you can go faster, you can go slow, but let's take some counterclockwise circles. So hips to the right, eventually hips all the way forward. If the back bend is intense, bent knees is fine. And then hips to the left, all the way back. Keep going this counterclockwise direction as long as you need until the hands are ready for a little break. And then you'll wiggle the fingers out up at the top. Not completely unwinding, but just wiggling. Okay, so little wiggles for a moment. Just a break, getting some blood into the hands again so that we can switch directions. So when your hands feel good to grip back on, you're gonna lean back, and we're going clockwise, so hips to left first this time. Sometimes I just wanna go slow and just hang out at each of the cardinal directions. And other times I wanna go super speedy, Gonzalez fast, working all the way through. But notice here, we're not only warming up shoulders and spine, we're also strengthening through hands and wrists. So this time, whenever you're satisfied, go ahead and take hands all the way out. You can shake them. Good work. Let's do a little wrist stretch. Right hand is like a stop sign in front of you. The left hand pulls back on the fingers and the thumb. Okay, right fingers point down, left hand pulls back. As you release, let that right wrist do a couple of rolls or shakes. Left hand stop sign, pull back the fingers and the thumb. And second direction. Releasing, you can roll or shake. Very good. So fabric out in front of us. A light grip on left and right, upper body goes forward. Depending on the shoulders today, that's going to dictate our movement. So for me to get into the shoulders, I like to take swaying motions left and right. And you'll notice, similar to before, going fast gives you one type of sensation through arms and shoulders. Going slower, more meticulous, does something very different. So listen to that guidance your body is trying to give you with each and every movement we take. What do these meridians need at this point in our day, at this point in the year? Another huge inhale. Nice exhale. Let's prepare to come back up to stand. Easy roll of the spine back up. Once we're there, we'll take right thigh inside. Make sure that you're not too far behind plumb line. You're hooked right up to it. And then from there, we're going to start sinking our weight forward. We're trying to get to a spot where we do feel the legs working and stretching, a nice balance of them. But if possible, try not to use hands. We're going to do a little bit of arm strengthening muscularly, just with our bodies. So imagine there's something heavy at the roof. You're grabbing onto it and pulling down through the side, engaging those back muscles. With your inhale, it's a feather-light float back up to sky. We're gonna repeat 9. Exhale. Inhale, feather-light. 8. 7. 6. 2, 1. Let the light float back up. Slip both hands to left side and then rotate to warrior 2, including an arm stretching forward and arm stretching back. And you can use your shoulder or your tricep resting into the fabric behind you to help you balance. So from here, again, similar to before, find that balance between a little bit of stretching and a little bit of stabilization. And then we're doing 10 small arm circles to each direction. So when you're ready, take the first direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extended side angle. Right elbow rests to right thigh. Left arm stretches up and then forward. If you prefer to slip closer down to your right shoulder by knee, that's okay. With this arm extending forward, it should be a nice break, a little stretch after that arm circle movement. But then we're going to also work on rotating the shoulder open. So now take that left hand to your low back, kind of inching the fingers closer to the hip crease. But then the left shoulder pulls back. So kind of rotating open, gaze up. Beautiful. Unwind left hand, grab onto the fabric. Use that grip to help rise us up. And we're slipping to inner thigh. Okay. So the toes on the ground face just a little bit toward the back of the mat. So that way when that knee bends, the knee and the toes are facing the same direction. This right hand just stays on fabric for the stability. From here, as we bend the standing leg, this left arm circles up and over, we lean a little bit. And then when we straighten, we come back up, the arms at our shoulder height to the side. Good. So bending knee, lean up and over toward here, and then back up. Here's another 7, and up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bending the knee one more time. Rest the left hand to that left inner thigh area. Allow yourself to squat as low as feels good for that right. Good. Beautiful. Back up to stand. One hand on each side of the fabric. Turn your standing toes to face forward. Just take a nice little break, whether we're sliding the hands down, easy stretch, or sliding hands up, split stretch. Inhale, exhale, torso up, slip fabric to be under the right foot. You're gonna grip up high, and then use arm strength and leg strength to try to minimize swing, coming up to stand. This left thigh is wrapping around that left pole from behind, placing foot on inner thigh like a tree pose. And then from here, left wrist, and then elbow, and then shoulder needs to go forward. Once it's forward, hands can be in prayer position. We're in a nice stable spot. A couple of breaths for the arch of the foot. Option if you want to. Left hand grabs outside of left foot, and then opens up to the side. Good attempt, no matter what happened. Okay, so as we start to release the foot, if you grabbed it, right hand grips on for safety. We're going to unwind left shoulder behind. So left hand grabs on as soon as it can, as it's taking itself back behind. Good. So then from here, step both feet into the fabric. A little bit of arm strength. So what we're gonna do is first bend the knees, lowering down. Straighten the legs out in front, pike, and then arm strength pulls us up. Good. Repeating that a couple of times. Bend knees, straighten legs, arms pull up. Beautiful. Let's go for at least another 3. If you want some bonus rounds, I'll give you time to do that. And 2. Keep breathing, good. 1 more if you're okay. If you need to skip it, that's fine. Beautiful. Let's step 1 foot at a time back down to floor. Shake out the hands for a moment if you need a little sip of water. It's fine. Whenever hands and body are happy, left thigh in. Make sure you hop up to plumb line. Find that leg strength, the amount that is comfortable to hold it. You know that we're gonna be here for a little while. It's also maybe a little bit of a stretch as well. So when you're ready from here, reach up to sky. Hard pull down, exhale. Inhale, featherlight float. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Transitioning over to warrior 2. Grab both hands on right side. Turn the standing toes to the right long edge of mat. Sink your weight forward any amount that feels like you can easily control. Arms opening up, warrior 2 position. 1 forward, 1 backward. 10 arm circles each direction. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extended side angle, left elbow down. Maybe slipping closer to shoulder, your choice. Really allow this top arm to stretch up and over. It's like that whole meridian up the arm is getting sensation. Feel all this extra blood flow. Even fill your lungs for a moment. How much easier it is to breathe into it when we're working on the arms. Then let's take that right hand to the low back. Pinching fingers as close as we can to the hip crease. And then rotate the shoulder open and back. Gaze maybe up. Good. Right hand grabs on. That grip helps to lead our torso up. Squeezing our thighs together and then slip fabric to ankle. Standing toes can face a little bit closer to the back side of the mat. And this left hand can stay on for safety. As the leg bends to a squat position, this right arm leans up and over through the fabric, and then come back up, arm at shoulder height, leg straight. And repeating 9. Exhale 8. Inhale 7. Feeling like a ballerina today. 6. And 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Right hand to right inner thigh. You can lower back into that squat. Sometimes I'll lean forward just a little bit so my inner thigh on that left side for this half. It's a really good sensation. Okay. So one hand on each side, face your standing toes back forward. Whatever type of splits you want, you could just lean. You could slide up to take the full split. It's your choice. What feels good for the body at this swimming class? Okay. Standing, weight is over standing foot. Slip the fabric to that left arch of foot. Remember to try to minimize swing by using arm strength and leg strength. Come up, wrap right foot around the pole, and then the right arm is the one that helps try to go forward and through. Yep, I personally do the same thing. I like to slip the foot a little bit higher at the thigh. Helps it feel more like tree pose. Hands can be at heart. You played with it before. Maybe you try to grab right hand to outside of foot, extending leg out to side. You bring it back. Take one more breath. Huge inhale. Exhale, just enjoy those lungs. Gonna head out, so left hand is safety. Right hand grabs as soon as it can, slipping back. Both feet step in. Let's try to aim for about 5 more, but know that you have grace if you need to do less or more. It's up to you. We squat, we bend our knees to lower down. We straighten our legs pike, and then arms pull us up. That was 5. Here's 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful. I'm gonna head to an inversion. So bending back to squat, slip the feet forward and through to sitting. And then we can lower out. Slip the fabric to the hips. Good, so elbows are all the way past behind through. Just take them all the way behind. Good. Our thumbs help to keep the fabric on the sacrum. So once it's there, 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. And it's a stance where we can bend the knees, bring the fabric directly into sacrum. Tiptoe forward until you're under plumb line. And then hands up, knees wide. Ankles wrap around. Variations that feel good for the body. Intuitively guide yourself into them. Those that are still upside down, we'll enjoy our last 30 seconds or so in it, maybe about 5 more breaths, and then eventually head yourself out. As we're out, we're going to take various shoulder stretches for a little while. So first and foremost, let's clasp hands behind your back and allow the elbows to try to straighten as much as they can. It's okay if they're a little bit bent. And give yourself space to try to pull the hands backwards. The shoulders might be hiking up to ears, so try to push them down and away. Sometimes from that position, I'll rock my head just a little while to the right, a little while to the left. It's nice and easy. Good, releasing the hands. The right arm crosses to the left strand, and then the left arm crosses. Walk yourself back to basically be standing up. No slack in the fabric. And as we lean forward, bending at the waist, it should start to pull each arm off to the opposite side. So lean forward to the amount that the fabric's not slipping past shoulders. I'll usually like to rest my chin down. Leaning back, circle the arms up and open. And as we return, circling back up, this time cross the left arm first and then the right. And lean forward again, same thing, try to keep it past shoulder blades so it doesn't slip off. We're leaning back, circle arms up and open. From here for a moment, step back under plumb line, and then from plumb line, step the right foot forward, left foot back. Open the arms, and then as we lean forward, we'll allow the biceps to wrap and capture the fabric. Leaning forward, a nice half pyramid. Soften the knees to roll back up. And then from here, take the hands into the fabric behind you and just lean back a matter of inches to help those shoulders open. Doesn't take much at all. Keep the same grip. Lean back forward. This one should allow you to go a bit deeper. If you're not feeling as supported as you want, come back up, slip the grip wider. That'll prevent you from going too low. Let both knees bend, roll up, switch the feet out. So first open the arms wide, nice half pyramid, lean forward. Soften the knees to rise up and then straighten them back out again. Capture the thumbs. Find the arms in a place where they can come back behind us. Just lean back that matter of a couple of inches. Good. Tighten your grip. Lean forward a little bit deeper into that pyramid. If you don't like the amount of support, come back up. Wider grip. So more fabric for higher up. And lean back forward. Both knees rise up. So with the arms open again, scoop the hands through the waist and then back around. And then once it's back underneath, clasp hands together. So it should be a low scoop. Yep, to the low back and then hands clasp. That's it. Yep, scoop through the waist and then clasp hands. Yep, you got it. So from here, start to lower down to knees, slip the fabric to the wrists if it's closer to elbows. And then from here, you can lean any amount forward. So leaning head almost just directly to the floor is gonna be the easiest for the shoulders. If the hips start to travel forward also, it makes it more intense in the shoulders. So no, it doesn't have to be much. Just leaning head down is plenty. Releasing fingers, start to roll the wrists out. We'll take a half, yeah, take a moment. Yeah, there should be a way you can just roll it out, yeah. Okay, yeah, if you roll the opposite direction, it'll tighten it. So yeah, you probably just got the other knee. Okay, we're gonna do a half puppy pose. So your left elbow is just down in front of you. It's slid in so that you can rest your head down onto that left hand. Right arm is stretched forward. Allow some weight to drop down, allowing that right shoulder to stretch. The low back also gets a nice release from this, helping through that large intestine meridian. We're going to switch it out. So swivel the right hand in, extend the left arm out. Okay. Both hands come in. We're on all fours, scoot back just a little bit so you're slightly behind fabric. And then right hand goes into the fabric, that middle part. The easy variation here is just to be a kneeling, allowing this right shoulder to swing all around, maybe pausing at good angles that feel helpful. To go a bit deeper, we're going closer into a sphinx. So left elbow on floor. Maybe the right knee comes up just to make it kind of like a half frog sphinx. So from this angle, you can really lean into all sorts of directions for that shoulder. So help it out in ways that feel good. You can have it be forward for a little while. You can open through the side for a little while, rotate it back. Just a couple of breaths there. Good. Now keep the grip the same. Sit up with both feet going to the back wall. The grip is still the same. So now cross this right elbow across the chest. It's under the chin. Note that it stays under the chin. And then from here, lean your body over that right shoulder. So you can absolutely use the other hand to help support, but we're trying to get more of an internal rotation of that shoulder. Okay, one more breath in and out. Good, let's release. We're back to our kneeling start spot. This time left-handed. So remember, it's okay to be kneeling. It's okay to go to Sphinx or Sphinx with half frog. And then just lean into any angles that feel helpful for that shoulder. Especially if you've been under any type of stress recently, and if this is where you hold the stress, you'll notice a secondary reason why it's important to focus on these meridians this time of year. Stress will absolutely make us sick. And so this is helping to reduce some of that stress right out of the body, right out of the cells, helping to remind them they don't have to be so tense all the time. Beautiful. Take one more breath in and out. Keep the grip the same. The toes point to the back wall. We're sitting up. That left elbow is across the chest. The arm is under the chin. Keep it like that as you lean to the left. Any amount to help stretch the shoulder. One more good inhale. Exhale. Beautiful work. Easing our way up. Here we'll head into our Shavasana. If there's any last stretches you know your body needs before Shavasana, take them. That's our way to ease that stress out. If you know your Shavasana needs to be on the floor today, great, we're already here. If you want to have any variation in the hammock, great. Listen to what would help your body relieve some of its stress at this point. You're a rush to be in Shavasana. Just listening to your body. We start to feel increasingly settled into a restful place. Just feel for a moment how amazing it is to breathe into the lungs after all that arm focus. You don't necessarily think of the arms and the lungs being connected. But for me, classes like this, where I get to really get into that arm strength, is where suddenly I experience, wow, my lungs are breathing deeper than they were at the beginning. So really settle into how amazing it is to have these lungs that are working so perfectly. Before the last couple of years, I don't think that I necessarily had a gratitude for my lungs working so well. And you hear of lots of people on ventilators struggling for every breath they take. It just fills me with gratitude. Let yourself be with these beautiful lungs, with this amazing breath. Just feeling good and stress-free for the next couple of minutes. Let's begin to deepen our inhales, our exhales. Introducing little movements back to the body. Stretching out in ways that feel really good. Takes the next minute or so to just slowly wake up the body. So some of us might be taking a fetal position, wiggling from there. Some of us might be doing other intuitive stretches. It's whatever helps us to come to this present moment, this space, this time. Allowing good deep breaths to flow. Sense of rush, but eventually when we recognize it's time, begin to move up to a comfortable seated place, hands at the heart. We reconnect to these meridians of the season, lungs and large intestine, helping us to warm up our lungs especially, keeping them warm, healthy, so we can stave off any infections that might be surrounding us. And then that way we can have a very happy, very healthy coming season. So with these ideas to help lead us on, let's wrap up the time we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.